What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today, a little bit of a later upload. I was supposed to record yesterday and ended up running out of time. So yeah, happy Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday, yes. Today I want to talk about Call of Duty losing sales. Is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 actually dying? Okay, because I know that sentiment goes around a lot here on YouTube, but let's actually talk about like how true, how realistic is this, right? We got a new article that Charlie Intel later highlighted, talking about how Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was like minus or less 38% sales compared to the previous years. So we're going to go ahead and look at that, unpack that together, and as well as cover a couple of other things about Modern Warfare 3 recently. So yeah, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, okay? Really appreciate it. Videos should be very frequent until the end of the year, and we'll see after that, but yeah, make sure to subscribe. Anyway, let's get into it. Our first thing up is a quick update to the multiplayer. It looks like Team Deathmatch and Kill Confirmed score limits have been increased to 125 on small maps and 150 in 12v12. This is a very necessary change. No clue at all why they didn't have this to begin with, why they didn't have this at launch, right? Because who wants to play Team Deathmatch on shipment to 100, right? Like you get what, like 5 kills and the game's over. Maybe you get like 12 kills if you're popping off, right? It's a really dumb idea. I don't know why they didn't have that. And in 12v12, it was even worse, right? Because you'd actually only be able to get like 8 or 9 kills before before the game was over or something like that, right? There's no opportunity to pop off because 12v12 up to 100 kills in Team Deathmatch means what, everybody at most can get like 8 or 9 kills. Like that's if it's like average. I don't know what they were thinking with that. Even 150 is a little low, but it's like a lot better than what we were previously at. So at least they're listening. At least they're finally making some tweaks. It kind of seems like maybe Sledgehammer Games is actually playing their own game, dare I say. So, good stuff there. Happy about that. Happy to see that. Another piece of news is that Modern Warfare 3 is actually getting their own free trial finally from December 14th to December 18th. I know a lot of people are going to come out and be like, oh, it means the game's dying because they shouldn't do it this early. I really disagree. I feel like they do this every year before Christmas. I think because the game came out in November versus October last year, it seems early, but it's always around the Christmas season. So if that's your argument, I'm just going to come out and say it's kind of a weak argument, okay? But yeah, let's take a look at what they're offering in the free-to-play playlist. So we got Rustment 24/7, which is obviously Shipment and Rust. We got the War Mode. We got a 6v6 mosh pit filled with High-Rise, Meat, Afghan, Terminal, as well as Shipment and Rust, right? And then we got Ground War, 3 maps, and then Modern Warfare Zombies. So it's cool. You get to fully experience basically the best parts of the game. You don't get Search and Destroy, and you don't get all of this like OG maps. Of the OG maps, you only get what, 4 of them: High-Rise, Terminal, Afghan, and Rust. But if you're trying to like just see how fast paced the game could go and stuff like that, it's Shipment and all that stuff. You get to see that stuff. I think it's cool. It's a good idea because people obviously they want you to buy it for Christmas. They want you to get a taste of it, and then it goes away shortly before Christmas, and you're like, dang man, I want to play this game again. Yeah, it's a good idea on paper, but is Call of Duty actually dying? Is Call of Duty actually dead? Let's get into that, right? It looks like, per Charlie Intel's article here, I think this is from gamesindustry.biz, something like that. It looks like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was the best-selling game in November in the UK. This is very specific. Just keep in mind it's the UK. However, sales were strong, even though Call of Duty kind of has been falling off recently. Sales were strong in November. It looks like, I'm going to go ahead and read this for you guys. Despite efforts from Activision to position Modern Warfare 3 as a full sequel to last year's game, fans were not so convinced, and the first 3 weeks of sales for Modern Warfare 3 are just under 38% lower compared with last year's Modern Warfare 2. This basically means that people weren't down for this game. People knew that it was going to be a DLC. People knew that they weren't going to get a fully finished product, or they expected that. They knew that they weren't going to get something that they enjoyed. And so 38% is quite a big dip, right? It doesn't matter if you had 1 million last year, $1 billion last year, 38% is a pretty big dip compared to what you had before. Now, keep in mind, this is for the first 3 weeks of sales for the game, right? So this is not like, necessarily all time and stuff like that. And we do know that Call of Duty just touted their playtime was higher than Modern Warfare 2 and Cold War and Vanguard. So it's like, yeah, their playtime was much higher than before. I think because the people who did buy this game, for the most part, are liking this game, right? I know there's a lot of people out there who are, I don't know, either you're faking it for views or maybe you genuinely don't like it. But for the most part, most people who bought the game are okay with the game, at least. I don't think anyone thinks it's like an all-time classic, but they do think it's kind of a return to like the glory days-ish, right? In terms of like, hey, we can actually play this game. I can actually stomach this game. I can actually play this game for, XYZ amount of time before getting bored of it, before getting sick of it. Now, let me give my 2 cents on this. Is Modern Warfare 3 actually dying? I think so, a little bit. I think with Season 1, I can't describe it. I don't know what it is. Something just feels off in Season 1. I don't know. I think that people who are like, I feel like the casual player base left when Season 1 dropped, because I'm not seeing any casual lobbies. This gameplay you're watching, where I go like with a 1.5 KD on meat, this is like the only gameplay I could save in the past like 4 or 5 days since Season 1 dropped. I've been playing the season a lot, and I only have 1 or 2 gameplays. And mind you, this gameplay isn't even that impressive either, right? I don't know what it is with the matchmaking. And also, side note, keep in mind, I'm not using an MCW in these gameplays. I'm not sweating with meta weapons. I'm literally going for camos. I'm literally wall banging with LMGs. I'm literally sitting back with a sniper or running around, throwing tacticals with a pistol. Like, I'm going for camos right now, on me and other game modes. Like, I'm not out here, drop shotting with an MCW every corner. Like, that's not me right now, okay? And I don't know if that'll ever be me, but yeah, man, I don't know. It just seems like something's off with Season 1. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people left. I don't know if a lot of people left for Warzone or a lot of people left for another game. I know this Lethal Company's out or something like that. I know a lot of the casual players are probably jumping ship, probably have jumped ship by now. But for the like hardcore Call of Duty fans, I know you guys are itching for something else, right? You're itching for ranked play, you're itching for Warzone. I'm sure that this 6v6, 12v12, once you finish your Interstellar camo, like I'm sure that it's not even, what's it called? I'm sure that it's not even like gonna be a thing anymore at a certain point. So yeah, man, is Call of Duty dying? I don't know. I mean, like compared to last year, I guess so, just sales wise. Keep in mind, this article doesn't say if it's like UK specific or not. It just says, in the beginning at least, video game sales were dipping in November for the UK. So yeah, man. Overall, video games were dipping 3% over the same period. So it's like overall, sales were kind of down across the board. But when it comes to Modern Warfare 3 versus Modern Warfare 2, and keep in mind, Modern Warfare 2 was a terrible, terrible game. Yeah, 38% lower. That's a scary number. Should we be concerned as Call of Duty fans? Not really. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that they're more stressed. I think this is why they're listening to the community much more. This might be why they're talking about skill-based matchmaking more, right? I think overall, it can be seen as a pretty good thing. If, as long as it's, I don't know, as long as you think so, right? As long as they're like still listening to the community, as long as they're doing stuff for the community, I think this is going to be definitely seen as a good thing, and I'm on board for it, right? I'm on board for it. I don't think that Call of Duty should be dying. I don't want Call of Duty to die necessarily. I'm a Call of Duty channel. I'm a Call of Duty fan. And again, I would like to get to 10K before, the game dies. Hopefully that's a thing, but I don't know, as a COD fan, I'm not preying on its downfall. I just want to see it do better. I just want to see it get better. I want to see, games where I can just play after I get the camo done, after, all the seasons are dropped and stuff like that. Like I want to be able to just continuously play a game and have fun with it, and not necessarily worry about like XYZ things, but yeah, guys, pretty much running out of time here. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and commentary, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. And yeah, with all that being said, have a great rest of the week. I'll see you guys later. And don't forget to check out the free-to-play weekend if you don't have the game yet. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace, and peace.